All right, welcome to our very first video based of the Fable. So as you can see on screen, we work to improve exposure for artists, creators of all kinds, those people who dedicate and really try hard to make some beautiful works or just some magnificent works. All right, our very first one is actually a woodworker, and we're going to go straight into that. All right, so Found Woods is a creative woodworker. These are a sample of his works displayed, and the creator stated, "The outdoors has always been a lifelong passion of mine. I draw my inspiration from things I see in nature. If I am not in my shop making sawdust, I am most likely outside roaming the prairie and the high country with a fishing rod or longbow in hand. As well as the items you see listed in our store, there are various others. Please visit our Wyoming-made nature and rustic themed home decor by Found Woods at Etsy.com. Whether you need a new sign to help people rate your bathroom, as in wood poop here again, or you're worried about your little squirrels not having a proper place to picnic and eat those nuts that you work so hard to give them, Found Woods is definitely the place to provide you with those outcomes, or with those various different things." And he said recently in our video interview right here, he gave a little bit of a comment about his work.
I don't know how to describe what I do. Really, it's anything that a person might need made out of wood. There's plenty of things I haven't done yet that I want to, but honestly, I'm interested in all of it. So if somebody was to come up to me and say, "Hey man, it's looking like rain and I'd like a really big boat to put 2 of every kind of animal on," I would be interested in making that. Honestly, I'm just as happy making coasters and birdhouses or whatnot. Honestly, I just enjoy working with that medium.
So as you can see, this woodworker, he works really hard. He loves doing custom pieces. He loves doing those random little pieces that really just bring a little excitement and just change things up for your day-to-day life. So next we have the artist with a unique and interesting style that I find truly incredible. His use of color is most frequently very astonishing. He very much so has a unique style about him in this artwork that he does. There's a couple of sample pieces up there. This is a husband and wife team, and they create the details in these paintings that you just got to stare at them for a while and really get drawn into the artwork that you see here. So the artist stated that, "My name is Nick C. from Louisville, Kentucky. My wife Susie and I have been in the gallery scene here for a while now. I am interested in sharing our artwork. I'm attaching a couple of paintings as samples of our work, but you can also find more pieces of my profiles across a bunch of online platforms by Googling artist Nicholas C. Let me know what you think. Thanks." So if this art is more what you're looking for, he does a great job of really creating these interesting pieces, and his use of color is very, very unique, and I really find these very interesting. And there's more there at the link. You can click the link either in our Facebook or in the comments section, or you can click the link right here on the slide. So unfortunately, I do have to put out some advertising, but if you were inspired by that previous work, what I want you to think is, whether you're a new artist or an artist who has been doing this for years, there's one thing that always gets you. It's those art supplies. Whether you draw, no matter what the medium is that you use, whether you're just a doodler, you just draw with your pencils, or you're a more advanced artist who uses the canvas and draws it out and takes hours upon hours of dedication to get just the right image. One of the things that we can all agree on is that you need discounted art supplies. Now, these art supplies are still fantastic. They're still, as you see on screen, eco-friendly. These supplies are still of a high grade, but they're discount and you can buy them in bulk, you can buy as much as you need, and you can get more art supplies, which means you can create more of the art that you love to do. So if you were recently inspired by that previous artist, I encourage you, take a look at Blick Art Supplies here and get some more of your art materials and try it out for yourself. Now we're going to move on and we're going to talk about this Mike Vardy and the School for Ninjas. This was by C.J.T. Wilkins. And I'll read you the description here. Up on the page, you see a couple of different illustrations. The Amazon page there is on the right, and it's got the description there as well. So, the 12-year-old son, Mark Vardy, has always looked up to his policeman father. That's why he formed his own junior police force. When Mark started arresting real criminals, he received an unexpected invitation to try for a place at the Academy, a select martial artist institution in England. Beautiful new forest that hones the skills and spirit of a new generation of heroes. Mark makes interesting new friends at the Academy, and he trains in the mysterious and secret arts of martial artists. But sinister students from the rival Shadowlands School of Ninjas begin plotting a nefarious scheme that will truly test the mettle of Mark and his classmates. When Mark's future, dreams, and ambitions are at stake, can Mark keep his commitment to doing the right thing? And when the loyalty of his friends is tested, which of his fellow warriors in training will remain by his side? Mark Vardy and the School for Ninjas is a boldly written, fast-paced read for children ages 8 to 12 that reinforces the values of friendship, self-discipline, and doing the right thing. How about a little excerpt from that first chapter to let you learn more about this book? If you like this book, go ahead and click either on the page, or you can click in our comments section to get more. But let's start with a little sample of this book. Chapter 1. Mark, his mother called out of the kitchen door into the garden with amused resignation. Mark, have you got Geoff in your prison? I've got Mrs. Jones at the door, and it's time for his tea. I can't let him out yet, Mom, Mark replied. He's in for criminal damage. At 7 years old, Mark was quite convinced he was a police officer and considered it his duty to police the activities of the neighborhood children. Criminal damage can wait until tomorrow, Mark. Let him out, she said firmly. Well, I suppose I could let him out on bail, muttered Mark, as he reluctantly unlocked the garden shed. A scruffy boy emerged, blinking into the afternoon sun. Mark handed him a dog-eared envelope and held out a notepad and pen. Prisoner's property, sign here. Jeff stuck the envelope under his arm and scribbled on the pad. See you tomorrow, said Jeff cheerfully. He ran into the garden and disappeared through the kitchen door. Mark, his mother's voice drifted out of the door again. Your dad will be down for dinner soon. He is working nights tonight. Now go and wash up for dinner. But I've got a lot of paperwork to do, Mom, said Mark. You can attend to that after dinner. Don't hold up your dad. Now go wash your hands, she replied. Can I go to work with you tonight, Dad? Asked Mark over dinner. He regularly requested this and occasionally rewarded with a trip to the police station. No, son. I need you to stay at home and look after your mom. There was a note of tension in his dad's voice. Can we visit the station later? Begged Mark. Not tonight. I won't be there, he said. Where will you be, Dad? Mark inquired. I've got to deal with some Very bad people tonight, son, he replied. You are very brave, Dad, pronounced Mark. Is bravery the most important thing to be a good policeman? His dad thought for a moment and then said very slowly and thoughtfully, Mark, it takes many qualities to be a good policeman, and bravery is just one of them. The most important quality is integrity. You must also have compassion, empathy, self-discipline, a desire to preserve life, protect the vulnerable, and a sense of humor. What are compassion and empathy, Dad? Asked Mark. It means you have to care about people, son, he replied with a gentle smile. I must be off, said Mark's dad. Rising from the table, he kissed his wife and held her just a little longer than usual, reluctant to let her go. Then he crouched, hugged Mark, and placed his police helmet on Mark's head for a moment. You are in charge of security, he said to him with a smile. Then took his helmet back and placed it on his head. He stood at the long mirror in the hallway a moment, checking his uniform. Beside him, Mark straightened his own costume police uniform. His dad gave Mark's hair an affectionate ruffle before smoothing it and saying, I think we are both fit to report for duty. With that, he opened the front door and went to work. So that was just a sample of Mark Vardy and the School of Ninjas, pardon me. So if you're interested in that, I will provide the links in the comments section in the description for this video so that you can definitely get that. However, you should be able to also click the pictures on screen and get directed to that Amazon page, where currently that book, as you can see, is priced at $9.44 on the paperback, is free for Amazon Prime or Unlimited members. Okay, so don't be afraid. Go ahead and check these wonderful works out. One last thing that I want to talk about before we end this wonderful video. If you were inspired by that writing or by any books that you've ever had, and you've got your plans for your own major book, your own novel, well, you may have spent years working on it and writing it and spending all this time getting it ready, and you think it's about perfect. Then you go to get it published. Well, one of the biggest expenses in that whole process is editing. So let's make it more effective. If you download the Pro Writing Aid, it'll save you more time, more money. It'll get that book, that manuscript, your novel, ready to publish much quicker. It strengthens your writing and helps you get published faster because then they don't have to spend as much time editing. They don't have to spend as much time reviewing and making sure that all the words are there. So if you'd like, go ahead and click that Pro Writing Aid or click in the description below. So look at a Pro Writing Aid if you're writing that next great American novel, as it can save you a little time and money. Finally, on behalf of the Fable, I would like to thank all of our amazing creators who contributed and continue to make this world brighter through their craft, whether that is writing, artwork, whatever it is. I'd like to thank all of those wonderful creators who contributed. So thank you. I would also like to thank our affiliates who helped to make the Fable possible. Thank you. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I will have more probably next month. I've got plenty of artists that I love to feature, plenty of creators, plenty of different types of things. So we've got a lot more coming ahead. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you look forward to the next one. If you really did like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to share with your friends if you really enjoyed this. It takes no time out of your day. Thank you, and I look to see you next time.